Hello, this is Paula Anderson with Paula Anderson Coaching Consulting, and this video is going to focus on social media content creation. So I started learning about journalism and public relations back in 2014. So I got my second bachelor's degree in journalism with the emphasis in public relations in 2020, and then I got my master's degree in journalism in strategic media in 2021. And so over the last, so now it's been almost, we'll just say 9 years, I have been focusing on creating content on social media platforms such as Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. So this presentation is going to focus on how do you create content and for what generation and what is the process of creating a social media content strategy. All right, so the first thing that we have to consider is who is your audience? So we have four different generations that are within our society today. So we have baby boomers born before 1964. We have Generation X, which was born between 1965 and 1979. Then we have millennials born between 1980 and 1995, and Generation Z born after 1996. So you have to think about which platform is the generation going to be on. So why would you develop a social media campaign? So there are four reasons why you want to develop a social media campaign. The first reason is awareness about what you're doing, your products and services. The second reason is a sales promotion, and then a product launch or website launch. So back in August of last year, I had a new website that was developed. And so I spent a considerable amount of time letting people know on my social media platforms that a new website was coming. And so this was to increase engagement and also to help individuals understand that your website is your real estate. And so you use your website to let people know that you exist, but you also have a website so people will know that what services and products that you offer. So the first thing that you want to do when you're developing a social media campaign is you want to develop SMART goals. So SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based. And one goal could be I want to create a LinkedIn presence. So you can start with just LinkedIn, or you can start with Instagram. And so you want to set a time frame as to how long you want your campaign to run. So for instance, if you're going to do LinkedIn or you're going to do Instagram, so you want to create a campaign for 90 days. So within 90 days, you have to decide what type of content you want to post on those platforms. Then how often do you want to post on those platforms? Do you want to post every day, or do you want to post 3 times out the week? Do you want to post once a week? So you want to set those SMART goals to determine how effective your campaign is going to be. So I'm going to talk about the generations that use some of the platforms specifically. So baby boomers and Generation X. So we are on Facebook, all right? So we're on Facebook because it's very easy to read. It's over 2 billion users that's on Facebook. So everyone pretty much has a Facebook page. You want to use Facebook for business to business. So that means that you create a business page, and so you can use the boost feature so that you can actually gain some traction and get ads and get people to be more aware of the services that you're providing. Business to consumer. All right. So your friends that's on your personal Facebook page may not be your business clients. All right. So what I have found is that the people that are on my Facebook page as my personal friends, they're not necessarily the people who buy services from me. And then B2G, so business to government. So that means that you're using services from a state, federal, or local government in order to get clients or to get business. So this is a quote that I want you to think about. You can have it all, just not all at once. And this is by Oprah Winfrey. So essentially, you can't do everything all at one time. So when you think about creating content, you have to have a strategy. So this is what I normally do. So I have a business page for my Paula Anderson Coaching Consulting business. I have an Instagram page for my coach consulting business. Same thing. My handle is just not Paula Anderson Coaching and Consulting. I have YouTube, I have LinkedIn, and I have Facebook. So I actually have different platforms. However, I cannot be on all those platforms at the same time. So currently I'm focusing on Facebook and Instagram. So that's how I'm using my resources so that I can at least let people know that I exist. I also use a lot of hosted Facebook groups. So Facebook groups are designed to kind of like have a community of people that have like interests. So I've been using Facebook groups. Now, LinkedIn, of course, is a professional networking platform, and it's used by millennials as well as Generation Xers, and then it's used for B2B as well as B2C. So when I started using LinkedIn, which was probably back in 2016, it's been a long time now. I was just posting. So I started posting like 3 times a week. So that's been my frequency. I post 3 times a week. And sometimes if I don't feel like I need to post, then I'll wait a few days. So that's been my frequency. YouTube, you have Generation X, Millennials, and Generation Z. They use this platform. You can also use this platform for business to business, which is B2B, and then you can use it for business to consumer, which is B2C. So individuals who watch YouTube videos, they call it YouTube University, which I disagree with that. I think that you can find some really good content on YouTube, but I don't think it is a university because you cannot ask the person a question if you have one. So I just think of it as an educational resource for you to share your content and share your knowledge base. So Instagram is a very popular platform for millennials, Generation X, and Generation Z. You can use it for B2B, which is business to business, and then B2C, which is business to consumer. Now, I use Instagram pretty consistently, and I post videos, I post little ad messages, and then I post pictures. I tend to get more engagement when I post pictures. It's like people like to see the pictures, so that's what I get the most likes on. I don't really get a whole lot of likes when I post ads, so that lets me know that people like to see pictures as opposed to ads. Now, Twitter, which is now X, so you can use this for baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, and Generation Z. So X or Twitter has turned into a really crazy platform ever since it was bought out by Elon Musk. So it's not really the same platform that it was originally when it was first created. So good luck with that. Social media content strategy. So how do you want to develop a strategy? So the first thing that you want to do is you want to break down what platform you're going to use. So you're going to use YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. So YouTube is designed for educational purposes, informational purposes, and promotional products. So you can actually create like a promo video on YouTube. Facebook, educational, informational, and promotional products as well, because you have enough space where you can actually write a message that people will be interested in. However, your messages should be 50 words or less. Now, when people write messages on Facebook and it's over 100 words, people are not going to read that. So just don't even waste your time writing something that's over 50 words because people don't have time to read all that. Instagram can be used for promotion. So you want to use pictures and some type of imagery when you're using Instagram, and then video content. So I mentioned that I post pictures, I post videos, and then I also post ad messages. So people tend to like the imagery and the pictures. And then for Twitter, so when it was first in its existence, people used it for political announcements, commentary. It was a news source. Journalists would use Twitter to actually go and find sources and also to find story ideas. But like I said, Twitter has a lot going on these days, so I don't know how credible it is, as it how credible it is now as it once was. All right, so one of the things that you want to do is to create a content calendar. So what is a content calendar? This is how you're going to post your content. So is your content going to be posted daily, or are you going to post it 2 to 3 times a week? So what is going to be your frequency? And then you want to have a combination. So for instance, if you post something on a Monday, you may post an inspiration message on a Monday. Well, on Wednesday, you may post a picture. And then on Friday, you may post like an ad, something to get their attention. Because the purpose of you having these pages or these platforms is for you to get customers. Now, I haven't really learned the true value of LinkedIn in terms of revenue generating. So I use it as an awareness. Uh, option and also as advertising. So that's how I use it. So let's go back to what you need to post on these platforms. So for Facebook, 50 to 100 words, graphics, you need to have a call to action, which will be your website, an event sign up, or newsletter. You want to monitor the engagement with likes, shares, and comments. With Instagram, you need to be consistent. You also need to post video content because that's more engaging. You need to use hashtags. I recommend at least 3 hashtags, and then you can use the IG stories. LinkedIn, all right, professional articles. So you're really trying to let people know that you are an expert in the field that you are in. So for instance, I talk a lot about medical coding. So medical coding is an area that I'm very knowledgeable about. And so individuals who read my content related to medical coding, they know that it is valuable content. Expert advice. So you want to be able to brand yourself as someone that knows what they're talking about. You want to have authoritative sources. So this is information that you're pulling from other individuals that have researched the topic. And then you want to highlight features. So something that I have done in the past is if I have a new contractor, somebody that I've worked with, I will post them on my LinkedIn page. So that's kind of increasing their awareness. Now, YouTube. So you want to upload videos to YouTube. So like this video, once I get through recording it, it's going to be uploaded to YouTube. So this is a part of my continuing education that I offer to individuals. So live videos can be done on YouTube as well. You can have social influencers. So these are individuals that have a lot of different followers. So you can connect with them and they can increase your engagement and your awareness. You need to have subscribers. So the more subscribers you have, that's when you are in a position to monetize your content. And then you want to make sure that you use promotion videos and public service announcements. So this is particularly free advertising. So you want to develop a strategy to do that. Now, there is a person that is called a social listener. So a social listener is someone that actually follows you on these platforms and then they also engage with you. So if they like your content, that's a form of engagement. If they comment, that's a form of engagement. If they share it, that's a form of engagement. So those are individuals that you want to monitor with your content. So that concludes this little introduction to social media content creation. If you would like to learn more about social media, about copywriting, then of course you can email me at paula@paulaandersononline.net. That's paula@paulaandersononline.net. Stay tuned for more educational videos and resources from Paula Anderson Coaching Consulting. Talk to you soon.